mine? Okay. Oh, I love doing that. This meeting, the commission meeting for tonight, February 24th, is called to order. Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please, Mr. McGill.
I will start with those in the room. Commissioner Izzo. Commissioner Petty. Here. Commissioner Swager Wilson.
Here.
Commissioner Siegler.
Here.
And I'll say Commissioner Flynn, but I don't think he was able to stay for the regular meeting. Okay, so we have 4.
Okay. Could you give us a summary of the discussion session topics and any of your announcements, please?
Yes, earlier tonight, Commission met in discussion session and received information and discussed the following items. We heard from the consultant OHM and Mr. McMeans on the zoning ordinance and subdivision and land development ordinance update process. A lot more to come on that. We will not actually finish the entire process until April of 2027, so plenty of opportunities for information and input. We heard a review of the bids that we'll consider tonight for annual maintenance contracts for crack sealing, brick street repair, curbs and root damaged sidewalks. And then we also heard a presentation on a municipal fleet policy and efficiency plan. And we did actually have time to hear updates on activities of the various boards from some of their commission liaisons. Prior to that meeting, the commission met in an executive session to receive legal advice from the solicitor on a variety of topics. The next meeting of the commission will be held on Tuesday, March 10th. That meeting will begin at 8 p.m. in this room. Here are the ways the public can participate, either in person, you don't need to pre-register, simply show up at the appropriate meeting time, or remotely via the Zoom webinar format. Again, you don't need to pre-register. Simply click the link located on the meeting agenda on the municipal website, and if you wish to speak during citizens' comments or during any public hearing, simply use the raise hand feature on Zoom, and you'll be notified when it is your turn to speak. That is all I have.
Grand. Commissioner Izzo, could you please give us an update on community highlights?
We all want to make Mount Lebanon a place where it's easy and safe to move around however you like. Stop by and see us as we finish up the active transportation and safety plan at 3 pop-up public engagement events. No RSVP is required. All pop-ups are tomorrow. We'll have one from 9 to 11 a.m. at the Mount Lebanon Public Library, one from 1 to 3 p.m. at the Dormont Public Library, and from 5 to 7 p.m. at East End Brewing on Washington Road. You have until March 6th to sign up for the Mount Lebanon Police Department Citizens Police Academy. This fun, free program is open to those 18 and up. It will educate you on all sorts of police policies, procedures, and standards with plenty of opportunity for hands-on learning. No, this academy will not qualify you to be a police officer, but it will qualify you to speak from an informed perspective on the benefits and challenges of being a police officer today, as well as understand how our law enforcement uses your tax dollars. The academy will be March 25th through May 27th on Wednesday nights from 6:30 to 9:30 p.m. The application and a full syllabus are available at mountlebanon.org/Citizens Police Academy. Congratulations to Mount Lebanon for being named a 2026 Banner Community by the Allegheny League of Municipalities. Mount Lebanon has earned this distinction every year since 2014. The program recognizes municipalities that show a commitment to professional development, prudent fiscal management, transparency, accountability, and proactive communications to engage the community. Mount Lebanon is one of 84 agencies to earn this recognition this year. Congratulations to the 30 residents who will graduate next Thursday from this year's Residence Academy. The Mount Lebanon Civic Engagement Board sponsors the 9-week academy each year, and the course quickly fills the capacity. Participants hear from all municipal senior staff, as well as some of our community partners, such as the school district and district judge. Thanks to all who participated, and special thanks to the Civic Engagement Board for your hard work. If you have a card to the Mount Lebanon Public Library, and I hope you do, you and all county library card holders are eligible to receive a RAD Pass discounts and free admission passes to many of the county's great cultural offerings. Go to the RAD Pace webpage to discover what opportunities are available at radpass.org.
Thank you, Commissioner Izzo. All right, well, that brings us up to our junior commissioner, Mickey Murphy.
Good evening, Commissioners. There are no true developments or pressing issues to talk about for this week, so I'll just give a brief overview about the environment of the school and what's going on. First, about 2 weeks ago, our community experienced a tragic loss with the passing of Evan Jingo, who graduated last year from the high school. His loss has been felt throughout the school, whether through those mourning or those in general disbelief. The school environment has been one of respect and support for those affected by his death. Everyone has been very understanding of those who are troubled by the passing. The school environment has been generally peaceful in general throughout the school year. It is a tough time to be a high school student, there's no doubt about that, but many times it feels like some describe the school as very hectic and chaotic. It seldom feels as though these sentiments come from the students rather than from the parents. There's an occasional altercation or some general confusion in the school, but overall it is a peaceful environment. Logistically, there has been some issues with parking on school grounds since the big storm. This was pretty unavoidable due to the extreme amount of snow that needed to be moved into piles. There's not much to be done on that front, and the problems are seemingly rectified. And to conclude, there are no pressing issues regarding the school or its surrounding areas at this time. That's just a general overview.
Grand, thank you. Any questions? No? No? Thanks. Okay, next we have citizens' comments. Do we have anyone online?
No one has their hand raised.
Thank you.
We do have a note from Sandy that says Andrew Flynn has joined us online. Is that correct, Commissioner Flynn? Maybe, maybe not.
I see his name up there, but he didn't talk.
Okay.
I just want to make sure for purposes of counting votes that we have everybody represented.
Yeah, no, thank you. All right, well, Colonel Hoon is next, and I'm not even going to read the rules because I think you've heard them until you could do them in your sleep. So come on down and tell us what's on your mind this evening.
Bill Hoon, 456 Coolidge Avenue. My group, Friends of the Earth, had a meeting recently, and one of the members piped up with a statement that we found very interesting. She said, the commissioners are actually using an inverse logic argument to justify the deer killing. So we defined that and then sat around talking about it. By the way, this is something that Trump uses quite frequently because he can disregard anything that violates the terms of his arguments. But he's not the only one. Throughout history, Putin does it all the time too. And so did Adolf Hitler. He was losing things all over the Eastern Front, but he never admitted it. And he could do that just by ignoring the facts. It's just what happens here. What you do with an inverse argument, ordinarily you have information that's brought in, evidence that's presented, and then you get all that together and you come to a conclusion. But in an inverse argument, You start with your conclusion and then work through, and every time something comes up that doesn't support your argument, you disregard it. Now, we first became aware of that when we had 2 successive deer counts via photographic evidence from planes. This was after the deer were not violated by killing actions, so we should have had maximum numbers. The first year, there were 225 deer counted. Well, by your way of, well, by normal thinking, your way of thinking, yeah, your way, you would suspect that the next year, you would have 250, 300 deer, whatever. But the second count, deer not being violated, we had 200 deer. How is that possible? Well, one of our commissioners, Kristen Linfonte, disagreed with that immediately. She said, that's impossible, can't be happening. Well, the reality, folks, is that deer numbers fluctuate all the time. Human numbers, not so much. I mean, we're totally maxed out. We're in a precarious position, actually. But we've had a hard winter. I don't think there's anybody that's happy with all the cold we've had. Ask the New Yorkers about the snow they're having. And that directly impacts on numbers in natural populations, all of them. Squirrels, birds, deer. So the numbers will most likely be down this year. It'd be a miracle if they weren't. There are other factors impinging on deer numbers. Chronic wasting disease is moving into this area. That's always fatal for deer, always. There are other diseases that directly impact deer. We had a little one with that virus. I've forgotten the name. COVID, yeah, COVID. That was a minor one. And you may not know it, but a succession of lethal viruses has been proposed as one of the means to lead us onto our extinction path. 12 different things currently being looked at as possible extinction paths for humans. I love that clock, you know? I mean, we really can't discuss anything, and you guys don't seem to want to get together and really hash out data. Of course, that's been presented for 21 years to no effect.
Thank you, Colonel Hand. We always appreciate.
Have a
what
good
you
night.
do. You too. Mr. Egler, come on down.
Dave Egler, 121 Pulpit Drive. So we have another new commissioner. Welcome, Commissioner Izzo. You'll get to know me as time goes on here. You missed, I guess, earlier in the month when Phil, not our solicitor Phil, but Punxsutawney Phil mentioned 6 more weeks of winter weather. It was 11 more months of Dave Egler speaking at meetings, so you can expect me to be here regularly.
And I've seen, Punxsutawney Phil in a full jail suit. I hope that's not your future here, my friend.
Not me, it won't catch me. Anyway, a number of items here. First off, item number 9 on the vehicle, I'd like to thank the manager for putting in it. There were other bids and, stating, kind of the amount. I figured I could do the math, so I really appreciate that there were other bids taken and that it mentions in here, so I thank you for that.
You can thank the Public Works Director, all the credit goes to him.
I'll thank him too, okay. Next item there. A couple of my items that I'll be during the year trying to promote. The first one is something that was enacted 2 years ago, beginning of 2024, with the refuse contract and basically charging a fee. This came to mind as I wrote that huge check the other day to cover fees. I pay more in fees now than I do in taxes, and I think most people in this town do pay more in fees between the sanitary sewer fee, stormwater fee, refuse fee, put them all together, I pay considerably more in fees than taxes. What I would like to have you do is kind of review it again. We have new commissioners on board. I noted that the numbers that were submitted at that time, the estimates on the millage rate was a little bit inaccurate, and I had provided charts at that time, which I have with me tonight if anybody would care to go over them. But what I'd like to see happen is go back to putting the refuse back into the taxes instead of a fee. I have a question. Correct me if I'm wrong, but the commercial properties in Mount Lebanon do not pay a refuse fee. Is that correct?
We also don't collect their garbage. They are required to have their own contractor pick that up. We made that change a number of years ago.
I realize that. Now, my question is, what did you consider? Did you look at the county, how they classify them as commercial property, like in a C1 district?
4 units or more. For residential, anything that's in a commercial district, we do not collect.
So you're going by 4 units or more as your criteria?
For multifamilies.
Okay. So I was going to say, if it was just straight commercial, I know right down the street from me along Calcasieu Boulevard, many of those commercial properties do put their garbage out on the street.
Duplexes?
Some of them are business with apartments above. There is a duplex there, which interestingly enough, even though it's a C1 district, it's classified as residential. There's one duplex that's owned by a business. Kind of strange.
A lot of, you'll see, again, commercial buildings will, obviously, they have to get rid of trash. You'll see them down on Florida Avenue. They have a private company that comes to collect. It could very well be Noble. It could be Waste Management. It could be Biggs. There's any number of contractors that are picking up those, but those are not.
Right, it's all private. And right along the area, I'm talking about the PPG, Calientes and all of them, they do have their own dumpsters, so I get that. But in that stretch from the parking lot headed towards Spruceton and Poplar, they all put their refuse out on the street. And that's why I was wondering, they're all listed as commercial. But if you're saying 4 units or more, I seriously doubt any of them are in that criteria. But back to the original intent, I would like to have it considered to go back to the taxes. Believe it or not, the majority of the people in town would actually get a break between their taxes and fees. The ones who benefited the most from this were the rich in Mount Lebanon. And going to having, basically it's a flat tax is what it's coming to. And doing that is penalizing the people who are poor in this town. And it's a shame that we're doing that. I mean, you have a progressive tax on your federal tax, that's about the only one. Everything else is a flat tax. Personally, I don't think that's fair. Just something to consider. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Egler. Seeing no other comments from the peanut gallery today, let's move on to item number 4. Commissioner Petty, please.
Thank you, Madam President. Consideration of the minutes for the regular meeting held on February 10th, 2026. I move to approve the minutes.
Okay, any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
No opposed. Motion carries. Item number 5, Commissioner Islam.
Consideration of resolution number R226, authorizing the destruction of certain municipal records. In 1989, Mount Lebanon adopted a retention and disposition schedule for municipal records issued by the Pennsylvania Historical and Museum Commission. Each year, the municipality reviews its records and removes those no longer required under the schedule. This resolution authorizes destruction of various listed records according to this schedule. I move to adopt resolution number R226.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 6, Nick.
Thank you. Consideration of resolution number R-5-26, opting to participate in the Allegheny County Community Development Block Grant Program and Home Investment Partnership Program. The Allegheny County Department of Economic Development is seeking participation from various communities for the Allegheny County Community Development Block Grant Program and Home Investment Partnership Program for the period of 3 years, 2027, 2028, and 2029. These programs provide funding that assists and supports various projects that benefit local governments. I move to adopt resolution number R-5-26.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing no comments, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Commissioner Izzo, number 7, please.
Consideration to ratify the manager's approval of emergency repairs to the Recreation Center ice rink refrigeration system. Emergency repairs to the municipal ice rink refrigeration system totaling $46,644.53 were necessary to add refrigerant to the system. Failure to immediately repair the system would have resulted in damage to the equipment and loss to the ice rink surfaces and associated revenue. There are 2 separate work orders for these repairs, one for $26,751.53 and one for $19,893. This work is necessary to ensure the system runs reliably and to protect against damage to the recent investment made to rebuild the existing compressors and the repairs to related equipment. The urgency and timing of these repairs did not allow for the typical approved process. I move to ratify the manager's approval of repairs to the Recreation Center ice rink refrigeration system in the amount of $46,644.53.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Motion carries. Seeing no nays. Okay, item number 8, Commissioner Petty, please.
Thank you. Consideration to purchase 46 ballistic helmets. The police department has requested a ratification for purchase order 4224, the purchase of 46 ballistic helmets. These new helmets will replace current helmets that have been in service for 7 years. The current helmet's useful life has been exhausted as the Kevlar contained in the said helmets are degraded to a degree where they have been rendered ineffective. Previous budgeted funds will be used for the purchase of these helmets. Northeast Uniforms and Equipment, Inc., as an authorized dealer of Bush Protective, has quoted the purchase price for these helmets as $79,693. Northeast Uniforms and Equipment, Inc. has quoted the purchase price of these helmets under the CoStar contract 151951, and the total purchase price includes a government price concession discount. I move to purchase the 46 Bush Protective ballistic helmets through the CoStar purchase program from Northeastern Uniform and Equipment, Inc. at the total price of $79,693.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Item number 9, Commissioner Izzo.
Consideration to purchase one ready-to-use four-wheel drive snowplow truck from Jim Shorkey Auto Group through the Pennsylvania CoStar's purchasing program. This truck will replace truck number 225, a 2016 Ford F-550, which will be sold at auction upon receipt of the new vehicle. The new truck includes a 2026 Ford F-550 four-wheel drive cab and chassis, 6.7L Ford turbo diesel engine, 6-speed automatic transmission, snowplow preparation package, 9-foot A&H aluminum dump body, central hydraulic system, stainless steel tailgate salt spreader, 9-foot snowplow, and trailer tow package at a total cost of $134,946.68. Funding for this vehicle has been appropriated in the 2026 municipal budget at $148,000. Bids were received from 2 additional CoStar vendors, and the next lowest quote was $13,177 above the low bid. I move to purchase one ready-to-use four-wheel drive snowplow truck from Jim Shorkey Auto Group for the Pennsylvania CoStarz Purchasing Program contract numbers 25E22-464 and 25E22-458 at a total cost of $134,946.68.
Second.
Any discussion? So my only question, does it come with a radio? Good heavens, it's got everything else on it.
And AC.
I
Only for
mean,
business purposes.
one like AC, yeah. Yeah, I mean, whoa. Okay, all those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Item number 10, Commissioner Petty, please.
Thank you. Consideration for the award of the 2026 street crack sealing contract. Bids were received on February 11th, 2026 for the 2026 crack sealing contract, which included crack sealing of various streets throughout the municipality. Crack sealing is a cost-effective way to extend the life of the asphalt pavement and has been used successfully by the municipality for over 20 years. The contract includes base year of 2026 with 3 optional renewal periods. This would allow the contract to be extended at Mount Lebanon's sole discretion until 2029 to maintain continuity. The municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows, on the screen to our right and the audience's left. The municipal engineer and the Public Works Department, based upon past performance of the contractor, recommends award of the contract to Russell Standard Corporation. The budget for the program for 2026 was $18,000, and the engineer's estimate for this project was $17,500. The project is within budget and is to be funded through the transportation portion of the operating budget. I move to award the 2026 street crack sealing contract to Russell Standard Corporation in the amount of $13,000, which is under budget.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Item number 11, Commissioner Izzo, please.
Consideration for the award of the 2026 Brick Street Restoration Program. Bids were received on February 11, 2026 for the 2026 Brick Streets Restoration Contract. The project consists of the removal and replacement of deteriorated portions of brick streets throughout the municipality. The municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows, and it can be seen on the graphic to the audience's left and our right. Contractor Salente Construction, Inc., base bid total $89,955. Next Construction, Inc., $98,000, 30, Liberty Fuel and Supply Company, $110,520. The municipal engineer has reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate. The engineer recommends the project be awarded to Salente Construction, Inc. The contractor has previously completed this work in Mount Lebanon in a satisfactory manner. The budget amount for this contract is $103,330, and the engineer's estimate for the project was $100,300. The project is within budget and is to be funded through the transportation portion of the operating budget. I move to award the 2026 Brick Street Restoration Contract to Salente Construction, Inc. in the amount of $89,955.
Second.
Any discussion? I have a question, Rudy. Do we have enough bricks of our own to replace any that are coming out? I know it's an estimate.
Depends on the street we do. We have
Okay.
the red bricks that we palletized from last
From
year's project on Crystal.
Crystal?
I plan on doing a big chunk of Crystal because all the curbs are new on that section.
Okay.
So we're probably gonna do a lot of the center there because there's a lot of low spots and dips, and that's what we take care of with this. If we move into another street, the contractor does have an itemized number to provide other bricks of other colors, yellow, orange, and those type of things, so.
Okay, cool, thank you.
You're welcome.
Okay, all those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Item number 12, Commissioner Petty, please.
Thank you. Consideration for the award of the 2026 yearly concrete curb maintenance program. Bids were received on February 11th, 2026 for the 2026 yearly concrete curb maintenance contract, a mouthful. The project consists of the removal and replacement of various sizes of concrete straight curb and concrete roll curb and concrete curb and gutter throughout the municipality. The municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows on the graphic to our right and the audience's left. The municipal engineer has reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate. The engineer has checked references and recommends the project to be awarded to No Sweat Services LLC. The low bid has completed similar projects in our municipality in a satisfactory manner. The budget amount for this contract is $199,080, and the engineer's estimate for this project was $195,800. The project is within budget and is to be funded through the transportation portion of the operating budget. I move to award the 2026 yearly concrete curb maintenance contract to No Sweat Services LLC in the amount of $153,587.50.
Second.
Any discussion? Glad to hear they do a good job, given that name. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. Commissioner Izzo, item number 13, please.
Consideration for the award of the 2026 root damage sidewalk replacement program. Bids are received on February 18, 2026 for the 2026 root damage sidewalk replacement contract. The project includes the removal and replacement of concrete sidewalks damaged by tree roots at various locations throughout the municipality. The municipal engineer has verified the bids as follows. Contractor G. Pasquale and Sons Construction Company, $167,875. No Sweat Services LLC, $247,118 and 50 cents. Liberty Fuel and Supply Company, $303,950. The municipal engineer has reviewed the bids and determined the low bid to be accurate. The engineer recommends the project be awarded to G. Pasquale and Sons Construction Company. The contractor has previously completed this work in Mount Lebanon in a satisfactory manner. The budget amount for this contract is $197,260, and the engineer's estimate for the project was $195,000. The project is within budget and is to be funded through the transportation portion of the operating budget. I move to award the 2026 root damage sidewalk replacement contract to G. Pasquale and Sons Construction Company in the amount of $167,875.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing no opposition, the motion carries. Item number 14, Commissioner Petty.
Thank you. Consideration of the expenditure list for January totaling $7,186,569.29. I move to approve the expenditure list for January totaling $7,186,569.29.
Second.
Any discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Seeing none, motion carries. And item number 15, Commissioner Izzo.
Departmental reports. Ask that the reports be received and filed.
Second.
We don't need a vote. And they will. So now we're adjourned. Thank you.
Thank you.
That's one we don't